What's up, my anime otakus? Welcome back to another episode of Anime Nokori, the anime podcast that talks about the animes that happen not only in the current, but also in the past. I am your host, Davis.
And I'm Tiffany.
And welcome as always. And once again, if you love the content that we provide for you, by all means, do us a favor, like, follow, subscribe on our YouTube page, Anime Nokori, or subscribe on any podcast services out there. So, Tiffany, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's
how
good.
are you doing? That was a good. I just want y'all to know that that was the third take.
First try.
He's lying. He's lying. But he got it this time. You guys, I think we should give him a round of applause.
Yes, thank you.
It's getting better. Do y'all remember
tougher.
the first one?
Oh my God.
He said we talk about anime from the past and from the. What did he say?
I think it was like from the past and from the present. Or
No, he
something like
didn't
that.
even. It was like double past.
Oh, it was double past.
He was like from the before and the past.
From the before
Tiffany,
and the.
How are you? It was bad. So he's getting better, y'all.
It is slowly coming. Hey, this is only episode 3, so that's even better. So there you go. So,
I don't think it is.
It would be
Fine.
We
It's
lost
not.
count.
It's fine,
Whatever.
but that's okay.
Yeah, we front load it. But then, let's go with it.
You lost all your points.
I did.
I tried to get y'all to give him points, and we take it back
to,
immediately.
But anyways,
all right.
But anyways, what's the anime that we're talking
Today
about?
We're talking about. Listen, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because we're talking about the Chainsaw Man movie. Ooh, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm such a fangirl for the Chainsaw. You know what? Let me shut up because.
Do you know what's funny? Like you have been you told me that you wanted me to watch this like a while ago.
I've been peer pressuring everyone and their mother to watch this movie.
Yeah, and then also when I was watching it, when I listened to your podcast, shameless plug, Elevated.
My
Otaku.
podcast, guys, Elevated X Otaku, because I know some of you heathens are still pronouncing the X, Elevated X Otaku.
Hey, if the X was not supposed to be there, you wouldn't have put it in.
I'm pretty sure us cultured otakus know that the X is silent. But anyway, yes, when I did my 2026 anime roundup, I ranked all of my top 3 favorite, and of course, Chainsaw Man was number 1.
Right.
So it's kind of a spoiler to let y'all know what my rating is going to be at the end, but
well, it is. But I know you were definitely hyped. We're going to be talking about the Chainsaw Man Reze arc movie that happened. That just happened. Just when was this released?
it came out November. Maybe?
Okay, so 2025,
November,
late
December
2025.
is a couple months ago, handful of months ago, but still pretty recent.
Yeah, very.
Which
very
means
recent.
if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Which also means if you hadn't seen it, it should be out on Crunchyroll. If not now, then soon.
Yes, very true, very true.
So go check it out. Another shameless plug.
There
Get
you
at
go.
us, Crunchyroll.
Yes, give us money. Simple as that. All right, but what is Chainsaw Man Reze arc? So here's a little bit about it. Creator of Chainsaw Man is the writer and illustrator Tatsuki Fujimoto. Chainsaw Man is a second major serialized work Fujimoto created. His first was a manga called Fire Punch that ran from April 2016 to 2018. His Chainsaw Man series started publishing in Japan in Weekly Shonen Jump in December of 2018 to December of 2020. In 2021, Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man was listed as one of the best mangas for male readers at the time, which earned him several awards. And the anime adaptation of the series was produced by famous Studio Mappa. Or I always say Mappa, but it's Mappa. Studio Mappa.
I think I call it Mappa.
call it
I don't
Mappa?
know. I don't know what I call it. Now
Yeah.
you're making me self-conscious.
I know that's what someone called me out on it before, and I was like, okay, so it's Mappa.
You also
I was
said
like,
manga.
okay.
I was going to let that
manga.
go too.
I also say Japanimation instead of anime.
Okay, this is they're all going to unsubscribe. If you were subscribed, I'm sure you're
I
gone
was like,
now.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to get them right, guys. I promise.
Yes, famous Studio Mappa, and originally aired from October 12th of 2022 to December 28th of 2022. And the continuance of the anime adaptation is the movie we are going to talk about, which was originally released in US and Japan of late of 2025.
Yes.
So, the story of the Reze arc is a continuance of the anime adaptation. Is the brutal war between the devils, hunters, and secret enemies. A mysterious girl named Reze has stepped into the world of Denji's, into his world, and Denji faces his deadliest battle yet, fueled by love in a world where survival knows no rules.
Okay.
So, what does that mean to you?
Okay.
Tiffany?
Really, it can all be boiled down to Are you a country mouse or a city
Oh
mouse?
my God, damn. Jeez, I was for the. You know what's funny? It's that when you are like the one person out, and then they just keep on bringing that analogy back to you.
It's so
like,
funny.
What?
So what Davis is talking about, we ended up watching this together, and there are several. If you've seen the movie, you know that a running theme is: are you a country mouse? Or are you a city mouse? Are you the person that likes stability and like a quiet peace over excitement, hustle, and bustle? And that got brought up like 4 or 5 times
in different
by
scenarios.
4 different people who had nothing to do with each other.
It's so weird. It's
and
like,
you were like, do these people listening to each other?
Yeah, you know what's actually it reminds me of? Do you remember in JJK? The one thing I really kind of don't like about JJK, there's a lot of things I don't like about JJK.
Okay, we'll get canceled.
But but the thing is, like, so when a fight is happening or a fight's occurring, and then they just go to the most random spot, like a scene skip or a scene change of, like, I think like one of the things was a time when they were in a cafe, and the dude with the molten lava hat.
Yeah, Jogo.
Yeah, Jogo, and and then the other person. Yeah, Ghetto.
Or Kinjaku. It was Kinjaku, but we didn't know that.
I'm
yet.
terrible.
Listen, I got the JJK names down. I was butchering the Full Metal Panic names, but I got the JJK names down.
Yeah. So like he goes into the restaurant. He's explaining on what, like, I think it was a fight that Gojo was doing inside the subway system, fighting against like all these different beasts and stuff.
Sure.
And then they do a whole different scene skip. Like they're they're sitting down in the restaurant talking about
it's so funny.
the attacks and
it
stuff.
is very funny actually.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
make a good point.
Yeah, so that's what this was. It's like they were doing the country mouse and city mouse thing, and it's like she first mentions this to Denji,
Reze.
To Reze. Sorry, yeah, Reze mentions it to Denji inside the school, and then they do a complete different scene skip somewhere across different town, and then all of a sudden you see like
Angel and Aki.
Yeah, Angel and Aki talking about the same thing
At the same time.
Yeah. And then someone that you don't even see it throughout the whole movie comes out like at the end of it.
No, not even at the end, even on the roof. So at some point they get attacked, and I swear this is all over the place right now, but we're gonna hone it in.
Yes.
But for your point, so Reze and Denji are in the school having this conversation about the country mouse, city mouse, and then she's like, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. And then she ends up getting chased onto the roof by an assassin, and he's like, oh, you look like a country mouse to me. And it's like, what? Were you in the shadows?
You
like,
clearly was listening to that conversation. Yes.
And then, to your point, at the end, back to Makima, and she's like, I quite like a country mouse too. And it's like, okay, fair enough though. Makima clearly knew what the conversations were.
Yeah, it's just so weird to me that they kept on going back to it, and I was like, wow, okay, so it's like, is this common knowledge? It's like, what is going on with this?
When I first, full disclosure, y'all, I have seen this movie 4 times. I like it a lot. So full disclosure, that's the full disclosure, but I feel like I can count, I thought, 3 running themes in this movie until you mentioned the city mouse, country mouse, and now it's 4. That, I think it happens so often that pretty much counts.
Okay, it definitely counts. Yeah, that absolutely counts. But overall, like, so what did you think of the movie itself?
I think it was trash. I think Mappa don't quit their day jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 1 star. End of podcast.
Mappa is a terrible Japan
They're
animation
real
studio.
bad, and I think it's because their workers have too much free time on their hands.
Yes, pretty much so.
I think this movie's amazing, you guys. I don't know how you want to break this down, but there is so much. Okay, there's so much symbolism. There's so much skill in the music. The OST is phenomenal. The sound design, the color grading, the storyline, the rewatchability, because there are so many things that you catch on the second watch and the third watch, and even the fourth. When I watched it with you, I think we had a moment where I was like, wow, I didn't realize that this is a theme in this show. Like when we were talking about the hubris of all of these characters being their downfall.
Right.
Every character, it seems like aside from Denji, because Denji's motivations are very different. Aside from Denji, hubris is a reoccurring theme, and it is the downfall of everyone who has that affliction. And I didn't even realize that at first. It's amazing to me.
You know, like when you put it in that way, it makes it better. I mean, I liked the movie. It was definitely a good, a very, you know, it's funny. The weirdest way I've always treated anime movies is I've always felt like it's a completely like different. It doesn't count. It's not something that you just needing to like. It's an OVA. It's something that's like a side story of some sort. But knowing since I have read I've read the manga, the manga or manga. I don't know.
God, I'm gonna throw up.
That's what it is. I don't know. What is it? Is it manga
It's
or
a
manga?
manga.
I always say manga.
Good.
Is that right?
I've never heard you say manga before today.
Now
you guys made him nervous.
Now I'm like freaking like self-conscious of like if I say this right or I would nap or
It's
mappa.
manga. You've never said it wrong before.
Okay, good.
You threw out manga. It's a Hail Mary out of nowhere.
This manja.
We watched a mango.
Yes. But so like to say that the way that they really kept it to form of what the manga the way that they kept it to form in the manga is great. I definitely appreciate it. And then I think that the whole thing was a real good expectation, like especially how small the story arc is overall.
Yeah,
it just made it was a perfect size for a feature film, and then the perfect like, you know, reason to show how Mappa does their thing in animation.
Yeah, so as a mango reader, you think that it's contained enough. Trying to laugh.
Trying to keep it straight. As a mango reader, I was like, I'm just like read the mango.
As a mango reader, you think that story is contained enough to make up? Because I thought this movie also came out the same year as Infinity Castle, and that movie also was very long. It was very long. It was, how long did you say?
It was 2.5 hours
and
long.
It felt like a 4-hour movie.
Wow.
This movie felt like a complete, and that was only a portion.
Let me cut you off for a minute.
Go for it.
So are you a fan of Demon Slayer?
Love it.
You do love Demon Slayer. Okay.
I don't like season 1, but yes, everything else.
Okay, but you're not like, okay, but so when you saw the movie, it never really got to you. Like, you just thought, you kind of felt like it was just straight out.
I think you can both appreciate the movie and also have criticisms of it. My criticism, because I also do have a singular criticism of Chainsaw Man, but my criticism, if you had to pick just one, is that it felt like Demon Slayer dragged on. And that is actually my criticism of Chainsaw Man. It feels like there should have been an extra 15 minutes at the end.
You think that they needed more?
I do. And I guess when we start talking about like character dynamics, we can talk about that more. But yes, I do feel like it could have used 10, 15 minutes, just a little bit more. So I was going to ask you, as a mango reader, do you think that, I hate that do you think that the story is contained enough to make a movie? Do you think it would have been better as a series,
No,
I guess,
I
like
don't
as a season?
No, because of like the way that I'm a big deal about story pacing, and like I really think that story pacing is a very important aspect of anime, especially when it comes to like, you know, telling a group kind of, you know, a thing like that. So overall, the way that they really showed this story, and then showing the pacing of how the character like Denji and Reze and stuff, they got to the important points, and those points were exactly like, you know, you kind of understood like where Denji was kind of coming from, and you knew, and then you just knew you couldn't trust Reze. Like essentially, you really couldn't, because like it was an act for the most part.
If you read the mango.
Yeah,
but I watched it with someone who had not read it,
right?
And I think they were falling for it.
Yeah, but I think that the story pacing of this was exactly what you needed it to be. It needed to be short. It went to the point. It did the action and all that in under an hour and a half.
It was great.
To say that if you're going to do it into an anime, it would make me more annoyed, because you have 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes of that, break that down, and then really, so an hour and a half would be equivalent to 8 episodes. Yeah. Essentially 8 episodes of the same kind of thing.
That's not enough, you're right.
And you have to wait at a weekly pace for that. And that's if they kept everything the same, which, so I think that the way that they did it, the way that they chose to do this, was the perfect range of it. I think what, to your point about Infinity Castle, and also to be fair, I haven't seen Infinity Castle yet because of that reason, because of how long it is that what they encapsulated in that 2.5 hours was multiple different angles that was happening at the same time.
That's true.
And then they were trying to kind of rush it to say, like, because their ultimate goal was, I think, was 3 movies and that's it, and they're done. So they're doing all that back end stuff at one point in time. So I think that that Chainsaw Man definitely did a great job on getting away with it, because they stayed in the pacing of what that story needed to be, and easily the better movie.
Okay, no doubt. The better movie, as he hasn't seen the other movie.
Do you know how hard it's really hard for me that it's actually kind of funny we mentioned it, because one of the beginning of Chainsaw Man is that you saw Makima and Denji go on a date, and they were like thinking like, oh, they're going on a date. They're going to see like Makima's quirkiness is that she wants to go see bad movies, essentially, or she went to go see multiple different kinds of movies. And the way I interpret it is that she's wanting to see if she will feel anything of these movies, towards all of this.
Yeah.
And then she finally found the one, which was the very last movie, which was 10 movies, and that they were doing for like 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know. That I feel like a 3-hour-long movie, I would be restless, and I'll be like, I need to go, you know?
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
You can't see me at Lord of the Rings. I was terrible at Lord of the Rings for 5-hour movies.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Speaking of the Makima movie date, I think that, and this is one of those things that I think this movie did really well, I feel like the Makima movie date was a great juxtaposition from, like, okay, so Denji is conflicted with his feelings. I think if you were actually, aside from the mice, the Country City Mouse situation, I think the actual themes of the movie are Denji is confused as to if he has proper feelings, if he has a heart. I remember in a previous episode in season 1, he was ruminating on the fact that he was like, wow, if like Himino died, I don't even feel anything. If Aki died, would I feel anything? I don't think so. If Power died, would I feel anything? I don't think so. So he's having this, I don't know if I actually am a person, and do I have a heart? And I think it's interesting, the juxtaposition of Makima's date, where it didn't really bring a lot out in him. It brought out like the feelings of lust and attraction to Makima, but it didn't really penetrate deeper than that. But then he meets Reze, and he goes on these outings with her, and it means something to him. It actually touches a part of him that he didn't know he had. She talks about all the things that he is missing, and the things that he is taking for granted, and things that he is valuing too much, and are things that most other people take for granted. And I think the juxtaposition of both, it's like Maki was spoon feeding him these little bits of affection, and Reze was giving so much of herself to him.
Yeah, so okay, it's kind of weird. There's two things. This way, Denji's a very interesting character.
Okay.
For like, I guess we can go into character sides here, because this is very interesting to me, because Denji doesn't have any kind of control or any kind of understanding of being a person. I mean, it's a very interesting way to describe it. Yeah,
he's in survival mode for the entirety of his life until this moment. Right.
And then the some of the things like there was a scene when Denji and Reze were at the school, and then he was like saying, hey, like, it's like the place, his employer.
Yeah, when she asks him, are you happy with this company?
The employer's like, hey, I'm able to sleep in a room, and
he's like, they give me 3 meals a day, and they give me a futon.
Very small, very simple. It's like that's bare minimum of the way of living and things. And I think Denji doesn't have any kind of, and even at this point of the story with Denji, he doesn't see the world. He just sees the world very, like, I mean, like, getting a cup of coffee in the morning will totally be like, oh wow, I'm surprised. It's a win for the day, for him. And I think that where he can be easily, he's like putty in Makima's hand, because a person that
Spoiler alert.
Easily. I'm sorry, but like,
damn, this is probably the one thing where we
yeah, we
should
need to
give
start
proper
doing,
because that is like future
that's true.
stuff.
Well, I thought they did say that
Nah,
we don't
think
know.
so.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I guess we can cut
Spoiler
this out.
alert.
I guess we can cut this out then, or that part out.
We just do a little bleep.
Yeah, bleep. Yeah. So like, I just think that like when you get to the fact that she is clearly manipulative in a manipulative position. She's not like she doesn't know how Denji feels about her, and stuff. And then you look at Reze, who also knows, who also kind of sees the same kind of point that like sees Denji, but has her own issue or reasoning or what she's wanting to do with him as well. Ulterior motive. Thank you, to him, and the way that she is giving it out to him is maybe the same. We'll go to the same end of Makima, but it's not as shady, per se.
And to your point, but in a different light. It's not as shady, but it's also more genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Reze was falling in love with him.
She was.
She was falling in love with him, and I think that's so much of the reason why Denji was able to fall for her is because she was kind of falling for him.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much more upsetting.
Yeah, it is very much more upsetting. Like, you see all that stuff that went down and stuff, and then it's just like, okay, there you go. It's good. Like, we're going to see how this is going to go. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like, oh, hey, you think you got a happy ending? No. Not on this show. We're not going to do this.
No
not
such
for you.
Thing. No such thing.
So that was a gut punch when it happened, and then you're just like, oh, so it sucks. And him being the dog that he is, the puppy dog that he is, to wait the whole day for it, and then just be like still nothing, and he was still willing to wait, which is crazy until like power comes in. It's like, wow. This is so messed up what they're doing to this 16-year-old boy. It's just so sad. So what were some of the things that you enjoyed about the movie itself? I know you said some of them, but were there anything key points that you would say that you enjoyed in the movie? Oh my
gosh, y'all! I don't know if I've mentioned this. I may have already mentioned this, but I am. And I learned this today about Davis. We are both musicians, both having been in music for, I'm going to go ahead and say, a handful of years, more than some people have been alive, more than some viewers of this podcast have been alive.
Wow, shots fired on that, but okay.
But we both clocked in at the same amount, so it's... but yeah, so as a musician, I think that one of the things that stood out most, I'm not... Usually when it comes to a story, if it looks pretty, it looks pretty. I'm not the type of person who's able to be like, oh, they rotoscoped this part of the show and it's blah, blah. I don't really know. Like, you are more in tune with like camera angles and cinematic techniques and things like that. I can hear a soundtrack, y'all. And this soundtrack is phenomenal. It's so good. And that was the thing that there are moments, for instance, in one of the scenes, probably one of the most pivotal scenes. It's one of the scenes where you start to realize, like, okay, Reze started this as a job, and now it has become something that she's falling into. It's the scene where they are both at the pool, and you mentioned this earlier, and she's like, oh, I'll teach you how to swim. And I think that the symbolism of that is they're both taking their clothes off, and I think if you look at it from top down level, if you're looking at it in a simplistic level, you're like, oh, it's just gooner bait. But it's them shucking off all of their inhibitions, all of their they're pulling out their vulnerabilities, and she's starting to fall for him. And the music in that scene, it starts with this really beautiful piano in this like mezzo piano level, and it just ramps up this crescendo into this beautiful big moment where they actually start to connect with each other. And then the cinematography at that point, where you have the symbolism of the spider coming to eat the moth, but then the spider ends up backing off when the rain falls. Everything is so good, you guys.
Just like the symbolism itself. I was thinking about that the moth and spider thing, about like, but that's what made it. I guess that was their subtle way of saying you can't trust Reze.
Yes, But it's also because the spider didn't succeed. The spider wrapped up the moth, but it didn't succeed in eating it. It ended up getting thwarted by the rain, which is kind of a little bit of not a spoiler, but like foreshadowing. But yeah.
I didn't really think about. Oh, I didn't really think about the. Well, I guess that makes sense. That does make sense though, because it was like, okay, I'm spinning the web, and all of a sudden, or then maybe 25% in, then you're like backed off. Okay, no, I like that. I definitely like that. The angled shots of like the music was great. I definitely like the music. I probably don't have the probably the same kind of love that you have the music
so
to
good,
what
you
you do.
guys.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You got that one. That's living rent free in your head right now.
Y'all, the playlist is full of a Chainsaw Man soundtrack. I can't.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I think the music itself was definitely good. It was definitely a really, really great thing that kept you in the scene, and it was a good vehicle for that. But I think the thing that really got to me was just some of the crazy action shots that happened, like especially how Reze was just beating Chainsaw Man's ass.
Goodness.
I mean,
my
Jesus.
goodness.
Like how he the hits that she did with her bomb shots, just you felt it on some of these knockbacks, especially when she was like knocking them into the sky, and then just like forcing them back down on the ground really quick and fast. It's just, those are such beautiful battle scenes and stuff that really got to me. Then like the typhoon, when Typhoon Devil came into the mix, and then that whole deal, it's just
weird ass looking Typhoon Devil.
It really was. It was like a
big baby
giant
wrapped
baby.
in water. I don't know good. Not good at analogies.
It's like, it was an analogy. It's just, you just described
it was exactly
it.
what it was. You're right. That was just a whack description.
Half baby head. Like it didn't even have a high. It was just
You're
like
right.
the
It was like
brain
part,
and stuff.
yeah.
It was so weird. But yeah, like the fight with that, then what he did to take it out and stuff. Really, really good. Really good styles of like action in itself.
I think even that, the sound design for those action moments too, because they're not afraid to get real goofy with the sound design. I remember there was a moment where, as they're fighting Reze and she's just putting the works on them, and she blasts him and Beam, can we please acknowledge that my sweet baby angel Beam is the best?
He was a good
she's
sideman.
blasting Beam, and then she through a building, and you just hear them bouncing off the walls, and you hear the boing, 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 boing. So yeah.
It's actually kind of funny because you think that they would want to stay at the the level of seriousness, but then they were just like, nope, we're not going to do it. We're going to do this. The weird clown bouncing like the Luffy when he's in Gears.
When he gets the like tune force
it's
style.
The cartoonish things. It's just like, oh my god.
No, it's so good.
It's really, really good. There was so many really, really good spots on that, but I think the cool thing, one of the coolest deals of that was just, I just think like I don't even have anything bad to say really about it. Like the story pacing.
I told you it was a good movie.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to avoid it. I was just busy. That's the biggest thing. I was busy. Hey, I'm sorry. We had to go through 20 something episode series. So it's all good. Well, like who were like some of your favorite characters of the movie?
My sweet baby angel Beam. Chainsaw Sama. I love Beam. He's my favorite.
I like how sad he was. He's like, don't touch me. I'm not into guys. And he's just like so sulky.
Like, oh, master has forsaken me. Yes, Beam, but he still was. Beam, we couldn't have done it without Beam. Unsung hero of the movie is Beam.
Yes.
I know we talk about who what the real synopsis is, who the true villains are. If we're talking about who the true hero is, it's Beam.
That's true. It's funny. Like every time I look at it, it's just, I don't even think like Reze is even an antagonist in my opinion. I know she's an assassin, and I know, but the way that they just kind of blurted the fact at the end, they're like, oh, this was a cell, like a Russian cell at the end of
We're
it.
right back to child soldiers.
Yeah, back to child soldier. They did. They somehow just goes right back into the full circle here.
I feel like it's your fault that you're painting. You're making me have a reputation because you keep picking.
You're the one that picked this. It wasn't me.
Fair enough. But you keep picking these things that involve child soldiers, and you're starting to give me a reputation.
It's like, this is,
I do love a good child soldier.
Maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe I'm doing it on purpose.
Well,
You'll
starting
never
to give
know.
me a reputation.
Hey, you know what? Wear that proudly, I guess. I suppose. But the whole thing is like they, despite that fact, that she literally didn't seem like she was wholeheartedly wanting to make Denji her enemy at the end, and like he basically turned her to his side because of that, because of her legitimately liking him. But I think that I feel that she is the lesser evil than Makima in this one.
Easily. I feel like so as a non-manga reader, I don't know what Makima's true intent is. Reze's was pretty cut and dry. Well, granted, I don't know what the whole point, she wanted Denji's heart. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I'm guessing it's some type of, like, you could power up or whatever. Denji's, as a non-manga reader, I do not know what Denji's significance is, because we were talking about the levels of power when it came to the devils. Because I was like, well, dang, Bomb Devil, especially given the setting, you would think it would be pretty high on the list, above, like, never mind other spoilers, above other devils. And yet I think that there are other devils who are positioned higher than her. But where was I going with this?
You were saying like Makima and Reze, like who's the evil? Like,
worse? So I don't know who she's trying to get the heart for. I don't know what the goal is.
That's valid because you don't know what's going on.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Chainsaw Man is not that high up on the list. I know my mom owns a chainsaw. So I feel like there are a lot of people that
I love this because like right now, you're exactly where you're needing to be
as a non-manga
reader.
Yeah.
And, but until you get later on into it, then there's more, because they haven't really fully revealed what the whole deal is.
Fair.
And where you're at is exactly where it'll be like, oh,
exciting.
Okay, snap.
As long as you Chainsaw Man manga readers don't spoil it for us, it'll be good.
Well, here's the thing though, because like it's funny because it's perfect right now, because now the payoff hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But I just think that just on the information that you do have, and then the things that you have seen, Makima treats Denji pretty shitty comparatively to Reze, and even there's little small inklings of it in the series itself though too. Even though she's not inadvertently talking with Denji at the time, she's talking to Aki to say like, hey, team up with Angel. Is it really his name?
It's Angel? Yeah.
Okay, it's
the Angel Devil. It's the Angel Devil.
It's the Angel Devil.
He does have a name, but they call him the Angel Devil.
Yeah, which by the way, that's probably the character I hated the most in this series, in the movie. It was Angel Devil, because like to be fair, he's depressed. I mean, for good reason.
Damn,
the man is depressed.
Shaming right now?
No. The man is the reason why
right now. Get over it.
He's like, come on, just like no, there's no such thing as depression. Deal with it. Yeah, no, like he is like. I mean, I don't know the full background story of him, but like his powers is really like to a point. Like he curses himself for it at this point, because like he can't, like the thing is that he can't touch anybody.
Yeah.
So and if he touches someone, they're gonna lose their lifespan directly itself. But the way that he's now like looking at everything, the whole thing, like he could have took a person out of their misery, chose not to do it.
Well, yeah.
The way that he was looking at that girl that was slowly dying at his feet.
Yeah.
Just looks at her, waits for her to die the painless way, then feeds the blood to Denji is a little dickish.
I feel like you are imposing a level of humanity on a devil that is unfair, because at the end of the day, they are devils. You think that the angel, just because even Angel said this at some point, just because Angel is in the name, don't get it twisted. He's still a devil. So don't expect a level of humanity from them.
That is true, but
The gun devil's not going to put some woman out of her misery quickly. The katana devil wouldn't do the same. So the angel devil, just don't let that halo fool you.
I'm not saying that they should, but I'm just saying that I just didn't like the demeanor. Like I understand that a person is like, if they're a devil, that they're going to do what they're going to do, you know. But this guy was literally like sulking throughout the whole time when he had these crappy conversations with Aki and stuff, and it still was like he didn't really do, and we didn't even see him attack until the end, and the way that he attacked was a sneak attack. So I'm just saying that if you're going to make me lose make me lose interest of you, be as much of an asshole as that angel devil.
Wait,
that's what it was. Yeah.
So that's an interesting take. Okay. So who's your favorite character?
Favorite character? Oh, I mean, bar none was Reze.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Reze.
Really? I'm actually very curious as that. Why?
I just think that Reze was well, I won't say broken, but I think that she is broken, but they didn't really show a very good, point of that, I would say. But I think just how she was approaching things in general, and then the fact that she was she knew she was how playful she was, even though when she faced the I guess the second division when she ran through it
all the boys. Oh, well, that's bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
phrasing.
All the boys.
She did phrasing bad verbiage.
It's
she did wreck all those guys though.
Yeah,
it was
very
real
easily and stuff. And then she's and she doesn't look. She's not like she's she has a bloodlust towards it. She's more she's very calculated on what she's wanting to be. Whatever she does, regardless of as crazy as it is and as massive as it was. Yeah. But I just liked her the way of her being the bad guy in this story made it also to a point where you kind of question yourself, was she really the bad guy? And I mean, in the sense of, yes, she did kill the people, killed all those people, but she's a devil. All devils do that, though.
Okay, fair.
Even the good guys and the bad guys, all devils do that. So it the only reason why that we classify Denji and them as the good guys was because of they're in the organization that is working with the Japan government.
Fair.
But that same person that's in the top of the Japan government, they don't even trust themselves. So I'm sorry.
Fair.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that where she was coming from and what she was trying to do and what she was doing and what her goal was, and then even though she flipped at the end, I just loved her as the character. I mean, she was freaking no pun intended, a bomb.
My God.
She was the bomb.
I was hoping you were. I was wondering if you were going to go this entire podcast episode without saying that.
Almost did it.
Oof.
Almost did, but no, not quite.
No, Cody.
Yeah. So I mean, but like I said, even though I said before, I don't like usually choosing an antagonist as the bad guy, but right now that's two. I mean, fair. Jabber was one, and then now this one, and so cool. I just don't know about Denji. I definitely like Denji's mediocrity because on the fact of not her how he is, but more like his approach of just everything in general.
Sure.
He's just like anything.
Apathy?
He has apathy.
Okay.
You, yeah. The anything that he sees, because this is the first time of him experiencing it, is new, and it's oh wow, I cannot believe I was able to open it. I put a quarter in to get in, and I was able to get this for it. Because he had a shitty childhood, a really bad childhood. So I mean, I like him. I like him because that's a character you don't see as the main hero of any story. But at the same time, it's kind of it does get tiring a little bit.
No. Actually, no. I want to push back a little bit because you do see that character archetype pretty frequently, because you have a character like Naruto, who was an orphan, had nothing, was fighting just to be accepted, just to have the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. You have characters like, I thought I had a longer list than this.
Is all.
It's a frequent saying, yeah.
No, well, I mean,
But
okay.
it's not uncommon for you to have, golly, I thought I had a longer list than this. It's not an uncommon.
There's Naruto.
There's Mr. Uzumaki. But I'm just saying that it's not unheard of for a main character to have so little in their life that when they start to experience things, they're like, oh my God, this is a novelty. So what about Denji makes it different than a Naruto for lack of another character?
Yeah, like Naruto, and that's all of anime.
I mean, it's comparable. They both have a demon inside of them. They both were orphans.
Okay, in those comparisons, yes, that is true. But the difference between Naruto and Denji is Naruto is looking for acceptance for the whole village itself. And he's trying to, and he's showing that if he works hard, he'll get to that point, and then he goes with it. Denji doesn't have that drive. Denji's drive isn't the fact that he's wanting to be like the good guy or the person that's going to save the day. Denji's drive is saying, I want 3 courses of I want to eat, have 3 courses of meals, have a place to sleep, and have a girlfriend, learn how to kiss, and have sex with someone. That's it.
Fair.
I mean, yeah, it's like he doesn't need to be the hero. He's not like, he doesn't have anything that's driving him to be like, I need to prove myself to show my value of society. It's just him just saying, I just want to live.
Okay.
I just want to figure all this stuff out. And I think that's what makes him so different than what you see in all these other ones. Because everyone has a goal. Even like what we were talking about in our first podcast with Rudo, even though Rudo has had really shitty childhood too.
That's another one.
But his thing, yeah, you can't piggyback on mine.
It's fine. Just add it to the list. It's fine.
Yeah, Rudo's thing is like he still has a drive to get to what he's wanting to do, but his drive is he's wanting revenge.
Sure.
But Denji, like I said, Denji has nothing. Denji is not doing this for any bigger reason of anything, just to say that he's just wanting to be alive.
Okay. So the difference and I think there are 2 differences in this. Is very apt for this podcast. It's new gen versus old gen anime, because these new gen anime, because when you describe Naruto versus Denji, it seemed like the difference is altruism. Naruto wanted to be altruistic. He wanted to, yes, he was beaten down, but he wanted to rise up so that he could rise up or to raise his whole village as well.
Yes.
Denji is like, yo, I've been beaten down. I just want some crazy toast and some boobies.
Yes.
And that's all I care about. Y'all can do what you want. I don't care if you live or die. I don't even know if I'd be sad about it. But as long as I can touch some tatas, pretty happy.
Yes.
And the same thing with Rudo. He's like, listen, I'm going to help, but my goal is revenge. And I think Rudo is a little different because he is finding like friendship, and that's filling a void in him, which kind of a little bit with Reze, filling a void in Denji with lack of love. But yeah, so do you think that there is a difference between, this is actually interesting, I'm curious. Do you think that there is a difference between the motivations of characters in new gen and old gen anime? Because it seems like there's a little bit of a shift. It seems like back in the day, there was a narrative that was being pushed, not necessarily negatively, but it's almost kind of like superheroes.
Yeah, I think that the stories that were told in the past like that is I think we're more simplistic comparatively to what it is now. Because there are some like Neon Genesis Evangelion is probably one of the most craziest ones, I would say. Well, somewhat of the really interesting stories, like if you saw it, you'll understand, like, especially with Ray.
I've seen it.
Yeah, with it was really messed up. But like, but
trauma, yes.
Yeah. I say and to be fair, Naruto could also be on that list though too, because Naruto did originally come out before 2000. This started, I think the first episodes came out in 99.
I consider that old gen.
Yeah. So I think that, and it's a jump series. Well, then again, Chainsaw Man's a jump series,
right?
Too.
So
but
it's really the delineation between old and new.
Yeah, it's really a big. You'll see. I think I think the stories nowadays are way more multifaceted when it comes to those kind of like stories, especially when it comes to like what the main character's going through and stuff. So it's really so I think that Naruto has the past of like, oh, I'm just a kid. I was a poor kid, but then I'm wanting to be the top dog to be to raise everyone up, as opposed to this guy has personal problems. I don't care about anyone else except for me or whoever I'm with or whatever, and whatnot. It seems more selfish in for Denji's side, than it is but yeah, he's the good guy, you know. So. So I think that would probably be the bigger thing, because like, I mean, in that aspect, a lot more series are more kind of to that point now than what it was in the past. Because like to what you were saying, it was more superhero. There was a goal, there was a objective that these people were reaching.
But the goal is always to save humanity. It's always been that. It's always throughout every series. It's the good guy is always good. He's wholly good, altruistic. He's going to save humanity. And it's never this multi-layered, like this person has flaws and selfish motivations, and maybe they accidentally save humanity, but maybe not. Maybe they just get tatas and toes.
At 16 years old, mind you, too, as kids.
Always kids.
Yeah, as kids.
Always kids.
They never.
That part hasn't changed.
Yeah, that part has never changed. You know, it's like they deal with a lot, apparently. Teenagers and stuff.
It's the same thing with YA novels. Obviously, it's YA, but yeah, like it's like you expect me to believe it. All these books, a 16-year-old girl is going to save the world. All right.
Yep.
Fair.
It's like, there we go. Yeah, it's so funny. So, was there anything in the movie that you did not like?
Notes out. Okay. So when I mentioned that there needs to be a good 10, 15 minutes added, I don't think that. So Angel and Aki, that's the thing that I don't think was fleshed out enough. Because obviously Aki starts hating Angel. He's got this moral disdain for devils and fiends, and they're at odds the whole time. Cut to the end scene where Angel is about to get thrown into oblivion, and Aki sacrifices, was it 3 or 6 months of his life?
Well, he had 2 months.
That got shaved off.
Oh, 2 months.
So 2 months of his life, he sacrificed 2 months of his life to keep Angel from being sucked in by the Typhoon Devil and dying. He hated him. Why do this? And I don't think that the story really, because I know in the manga they flesh it out. Like they have a very close relationship.
Well,
closer than in the movie.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. He literally one frame before was hating on Angel, and then now he's like, I gotta save you. I don't want you to die. And it's like, why? Who cares?
You know, but then again, though, the reasoning why he did it, fine. It was stupid, but it was fine.
Sure.
Like, he was like, he just didn't want to see someone die in front of him again.
That is, and I think that is just a means to justify the fact that they didn't have 10, 15 more minutes to flush it out. They did not do a good job. That's the only thing I want to say is they didn't do a good job showing them getting closer, or at least having a professional appreciation for each other.
Right,
I would not risk my life, especially when I have so little time. Aki only has 3 years to live because he made the contract with the future devil.
Yeah.
He only has 3 years to live. Why spend precious months of your life saving someone that you literally hate?
Yeah, but then again, maybe it was also to a professional level, I guess, because they were partners essentially for this, whatever the situation was.
Then make us see that. I want to see it. I want to see it shown through the movie.
But yeah, which they did.
No, they did not. So that's my one and only gripe about the movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
For me, I think the biggest, well, you know what? The biggest void that I really kind of didn't understand was the weird, I guess the transition of you figuring out there was more to Reze that meets the eye.
Okay.
Like the serial killer that was there.
Yeah.
But then that whole thing didn't make any sense to me.
How so? I thought it was great.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, I guess I didn't understand the push. I understood that the assassin guy was working with the Typhoon Devil.
Yeah.
Typhoon Devil was already in close ties with the grenade.
No, she wasn't. So she didn't know that Reze was doing this at first, because whenever the assassin got assassinated on top of the roof, the Typhoon Devil was like, "Ooh, damn! I didn't know you were doing this. If I had known, I would not have helped him.
Yeah.
Oops. What can I do to make you less mad? So I don't think that they knew that each other was doing. Is it not? It seems as if the devils are out for Denji in general.
Yeah.
And this was just the next group of devils who were out for him because the Typhoon Devil contracted the assassin to get Denji's heart.
But it doesn't even make any sense. So that guy was like a nobody, though.
He bragged about how good he was at killing devil hunters. That was the whole thing. It was like, oh, I made a devil hunter, and he was so bloodthirsty and cold, and I made him blah blah.
Yeah.
Like he was like
Okay, but you know that like the reason why people are wanting to like Denji has a target behind his back because he has the heart of Pochita.
Yeah.
Pochita is a big deal in the devil world.
Yes.
That's like trying to say like, okay, so you know that this person is going to have to be ridiculously strong to a level of like a level to this point that you cannot just have a Joe Schmo on the street that has a knife to go fight this guy.
He was fair. Bad. She put an ad out on Indeed and she picked the wrong person.
And the dude is and the freaking Typhoon Devil is a freaking typhoon. Why would you go on Craigslist and get some random dude and just to say, oh, wait, I know how to kill devil hunters with this? You know, I mean,
she's so conspicuous. I don't know what that is. They are so conspicuous. It's a typhoon.
Yes, it's
so conspicuous.
Typhoon.
They can't do it themselves.
It's like, oh, you know what? It's like, let's get this guy that he has a gun that I heard that he had. But then it's like, oh, what is your power? Oh, I can shoot meteors from the sky.
And guess what is too conspicuous? A meteor from the sky. You gotta have. Sometimes you need, somebody like a little child soldier to sneak in. I'm kidding. But I just mean you need somebody inconspicuous. There is a whole profession of assassins who are made to like go under the radar to get things done quietly.
Right.
I think that's what that was.
Okay, well they could have done something a lot better.
Failed. It was bad.
Like it wasn't even. And what's worse is that he is not even aware that this was even happening.
No,
whatsoever.
Never got wind of it.
Like it just got to the point where he just because the assassin guy was using his really wanted to kill Reze because he thought she was a defenseless girl and not a victim. So basically he took his eye off of the ball. His eye off of the ball anyway to go take out Reze.
No, that's not true. So his reasoning for getting Reze was the reason why he was bragging about having killed another ruthless devil hunter was because he snatched up one of his family members, skinned him, and brought him to him, and he was like, "Oh, the devil hunter was like, I don't even want to live anymore. You killed my family, so you take me out." So he thought that if he brought Reze's body, dead body, to Denji, he was just gonna be like, okay, I guess I don't care anymore. I don't have anything else to live for. So his soul.
That's stupid. I mean,
for a girl you just met 2 days ago,
Yes.
But if anything, with Denji, it's just gonna piss him off and make him kill you.
Right.
It was a miscalculation, yes, but I think there was reasoning for it. Aside from just plot. I'm not going to let you poke holes in this.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying that it was just it seemed kind of weird. You remember, I don't know if you've watched Dragon Ball Z back in the day, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you remember the Broly story, the original Broly movie?
Yeah.
It's like the reason why he hates Goku so much is because he was crying when he was a baby.
Yeah.
That is the same kind of energy I'm looking at right now. It's like,
I guess
weird.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get that. Listen, who among us have not had a poor, you hire somebody who was not as good as you thought, or you order something and you're like, damn, I thought this was going to be better than that. She just ordered a bad, you order for something from Shein and you get it and you're like, this doesn't even, there's 3 sleeves on this. It's the same thing.
It's a sleeve right here.
Right. It's just she ordered something and it just wasn't what it was advertised. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, that was that was nitpicking to a level of what I was. I was like, this is stupid. When I saw that, I was like, this is kind of dumb. But the whole the way that but overall, like I said, I think the movie itself did a great job keeping on track of what the main story was. It was a 3-day thing, I guess, 3 or 4 day thing, and then they kept it. It felt like 3 or 4 day thing overall. But one of the biggest deals that I would say that I was a big fan of was the like you were saying, the shark on the with the little tentacle things.
Oh,
the
his
little,
beam with his
crawler
little
things.
scuttly legs.
Yeah, this is how he's just walking on the freaking deals with,
Little
which was so funny to me. I was
so
just
cute.
like, oh yeah, but no.
Okay, so I had some notes.
Okay.
And we kind of talked to a couple of them, but I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So since you just mentioned Beam, do you think that documentaries and just science in general are ruining devils? In the sense of, the whole thing is, the more fear that a devil, like that the concept of that devil has, the stronger that devil is. But as science starts to uncover things, like we used to think sharks were like apex, well, they are apex predator, but they thought that the kill rate for humans with sharks was like super high, and they found out like, sharks actually don't kill very much at all. So people's fear started to drop. Do you think that as science evolves and as like they make more documentaries and they start to figure out that some things are less harmful than we thought, that devils are like losing their power by the day?
Well, it's funny because like I think like we will always be in fear of something that we will never understand.
Sure.
And I think that like having a scientific reason does, or science when they try to put like, a science spin to it, would alleviate that. And I think it would for a brief moment, but I don't think like but you can't really say definitively that, especially specifically like devils and angels and stuff like that, like, because there's no proof of any of this or what, of any of it.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying proof that for them to be like, for someone to be saying, like, would you be more or less afraid of this because there's no like factual kind of information.
No. I mean, because all of these devils are based on real things that exist.
Oh,
so the
like
shark
that.
beam
what
is
you're
based on people's fear of sharks. But as we all watch Shark Week every year, and we figure out that the bigger threat is not sharks, it's like killer whales or freaking stonefish or whatever, people's fear for sharks go down.
Absolutely not. Because like, dude, you're telling me like, so you're telling me if you go in the ocean right now.
Okay, well, I'm a bad example because I am afraid of all that in the ocean. The ocean just in general, an alien territory.
The ocean is a void. It's a ridiculous void.
The ocean is.
I think at the end of the day,
land.
if someone told you a shark is not as dangerous as a so and so, and then yet you do get to a situation where there's a great white shark inside the ocean, it doesn't freaking matter.
You're right.
Whatsoever. It's like, okay, no, I'm not gonna take that chance. It's like,
I guess that is what makes humans human, is their ability to discern. Like, hey, listen, we won't evolve if we don't survive. So this might not be scary, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
It's
anyway.
like, you know what? Like for instance, like the black bear is not as crazy as a grizzly bear, and surely not as crazy as a polar bear.
Sure.
But would you still do the same things with the three?
Fair enough.
It's like, no.
There are plenty of people out there in cages feeding sharks, and people setting out picnic baskets. I think that's a cartoon. I'm talking about Yogi Bear, but you get what I'm saying. Fair enough, though. Okay.
And all those people are insane. Because like to kind of, it may not have, they were fine the first time, and it's just as much as like, oh, you know what?
You're right. There's a lot of one-armed people out there in the world because they didn't respect sharks. My last point, and we talked about a little bit, is the insurance premiums.
Oh God.
Tokyo has the worst. There can't be insurance companies because why would you ever? There's so many things that happen. But you mentioned while we were watching, you were like, these people are just like, it's business as usual. Oh, there's a devil terrorizing the city. Anyway, what are we going to have for dinner tonight?
There was a full-blown typhoon going in this one section of the area, and it felt like people were not even evacuating. There were not people wanting to.
He was like, "There's still lights on in these buildings."
In the background, they're just like, "Oh, okay." It's like, "Hey, well, I'm not there, so let's just go." Like dum-de-dum kind of situation.
Yeah, they're so desensitized. It's like I was thinking about like Gotham, how just junk happens in Gotham, and they're just like, "Yeah, well, the cost of living's real low, so we're just gonna stay here." It's like, you can leave. Y'all can
He's like, bro, like you could easily do like get on your 2 feet and just call an Uber, just leave.
Literally anything.
Yeah,
They're like,
something.
well, my job pays good.
You remember
benefits,
like the trains that were just being the torment, like the underground trains that were being destroyed and stuff like that?
Yeah, there was literally a train being flung around in the typhoon, and you just...
the whole system of all of that is very interesting to me. And I've always wondered about Chainsaw Man, because so people are clearly aware that these devils are around, and but their reaction to it just seems like they feel like they're like NPCs, like non-playable characters kind of situations. It's so weird to me.
And to your point, there's a scene in the movie where Denji's walking down the street and there's a group of like activists and they're like, hey, we're taking donations for the children who have been affected by the devils. And it's like, please rewind what you said and listen to how crazy that is.
Yeah, no, right?
That's
it's like,
crazy.
What? Oh, actually brought me up to another scene. You remember when Denji was out for the count for a bit, and Beam was there to try to run away against the
because he's the
OG there. Yeah,
MVP.
The MVP.
That's why I couldn't get the acronym right. I was like the MIB.
Oh yeah, he's the
Men in
MIB.
Oh my god.
But then 3 random guys from a car.
Oh, that's in my notes too.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just like, okay, so you saw like 3 random guys, and then they
were devil hunters.
But they were like unofficial devil hunters. And that's the same kind of energy from the assassin. And I'm like,
that's true.
Did you see what this girl just did? Like, you saw the giant explosions and stuff.
She's also a bomb. Yeah. So it's like, there's not even any, you shouldn't be confused about what devil you're fighting.
No.
Like, the tomato devil looks like a tomato. Shark devil has a shark face. This is a bomb.
I'm just saying that, like, yeah, you know what? There are probably like devils that you can take care of, but then when they get out the car, they're all like saying, "Oh man, I really wanted to go to the festival."
Yeah,
I'm just like, who are these people?
No, that's true.
They had these giant swords and
even
stuff.
the freaking guys at the HQ, though, even they were like, "Man, I was gonna go to a singles mixer. You need to pay attention. You need to be on your P's and Q's. This is a bomb."
Yeah, it's like, dude, you need to kind of tune in and just buckle up. And
you
just
have
not
got
talk.
to lock in,
yeah,
guys.
You just like this
it's
is not
too
the place
casual.
to be.
And once again, bringing it all the way back to the beginning, I feel like the fourth theme in this show the movie that I did not realize is human hubris. And the fact that all of these people were so prideful, thinking that they can handle these situations, and they got dealt with.
Yep. Yes. It's just the craziness that you would think.
Yeah.
Just like how people like say, "Hey, I have a chance against that Gundam." It's like, no, you don't.
Whatever. Water. Kick it into water.
That is great. So, guys, tell us what you think. What did you like about the Chainsaw Man Reze arc? Were you a fan? Were you not? We would love to know. Just definitely put it inside the comments below on our YouTube page. Or just like I said, as always, go on our podcast page and ask and tell us about it too. So this was an awesome one. So before we go, just want to get the rating. What's your rating?
Okay, so on a scale of Usopp to Spike Spiegel, I give this a Corazon, a Rosinante do Flamingo.
You put Spike Spiegel as the number.
Spike is my favorite.
Really,
Spike
over Corazon?
Yeah, I was really troubled. Like, it was hard. Corazon wasn't around long enough. So the reason why I give this a Corazon is because I needed just a little bit more of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's phenomenal, though. It was my spoiler alert. It was my favorite anime of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a movie, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's an anime, is regardless.
Yeah.
And let alone this anime is canon, so it's not like
there we go. So
it
counts.
Series, so it does very much count. I will definitely give you that.
Yeah. So okay, what is your rating?
So like I would say, I don't really have a top yet. I guess I would say I would from a 1 to 5 for right now, because I still haven't figured out what I want yet. I've been thinking about it. I was like, I don't know what I want.
You don't know who your favorite character is?
It's hard to say. Dude.
That's crazy.
It's too many to go with in my mind. Well, like I do have a favorite, but I don't want to make them my 5.
I just want to hear who it is now.
I'll tell you why though, but later on. But it's crazy. But I would give it a 4 too. I would say a 4 would be a very good movie. I would definitely recommend this to watch it. I would recommend you to watch the first season of Chainsaw Man before to kind of get yourself geared up.
So good.
And then after that, watch the second season, because I believe second season is coming out this year.
It is.
Right?
The second season is coming. You guys, the second season is coming
Yes.
out, and it's supposed to be good. I don't know. He's the one that watched the mango, so I don't know. But it's supposed to be very good.
You need to, we definitely need to, definitely watch the second season. Second season is when shit gets real. Let's just be 100, totally 100 with you there.
So excited.
It's going to be very fun. So it is definitely a must watch. Definitely check this out. We'd love the movie. There was very little to say, nothing negative, very little negativity
very
out
little.
of it. So yeah.
What I want to know from you guys, since I always give homework, I want to know what devil you would be the scaredest of. Since we were just talking about people, there's some devils that are not really all that scary. What is the scariest devil to you? Low key, it would be the ocean devil. I'm terrified.
The ocean devil.
I don't know if that exists. I am terrified of the ocean. I can swim well. It's not even that big. It's just we shouldn't even be in space. We should just be exploring the ocean.
Yeah,
it's alien. It's monsters down there.
It is a separate planet.
It's crazy.
Itself.
So ocean devil for me.
Oh man, for me, I don't know. That would be, I guess it would be a sky devil or something.
Oh, that's true. The falling devil.
Like the falling devil. Or
oh,
something.
I do know spoilers about that. That's funny.
That
Okay.
is. Oh, there is a falling devil.
There is a falling devil.
You're
Yeah.
right. That would drive me. No, that would. I would be like, when I see that, and when you see people flying from the falling from the ground from the top, I'll be walking the opposite direction. I'll just be like, no.
Fair enough.
No, I've seen this before. They ain't good. Nothing but good. It's on this. So yeah.
So let us know what devil you would be the most afraid of.
Yeah. So guys,
and also subscribe and comment, all those things.
Yeah. The whole spiel.
All of that.
The whole hullabaloo.
Click all the buttons.
Yes, all the buttons.
Except the downvote button. Don't click that.
Yes. Kevin. I'm just kidding. Oh,
but
God.
you heard him, Kevin.
Yes, you know.
We are watching
you.
you. We know who if it was you or not.
There you go. Hey guys, thank you for listening for another episode of Anime no Kori. Hey, once again, we'll be back with another brand new series to go through. So this is Davis,
And I am Tiffany.
and y'all take it easy.